Now, again, the job market is the most important consideration for your law school versus grad school decision. In my opinion, if you exhibit certain skills and abilities which can be enhanced and developed by additional education and experience, then into something that you can sell to society, to companies, to employers, organizations, clients, maybe your own clients and customers, then this is a path to take. That's business. You sell, all right? You sell yourself. That's what you do, your skills to society. You just have to match the path with already existing skills and abilities to make career and life naturally easy for you. So do not jump in just because you saw something on television about law school or grad school. You saw those lawyers in those movies. Yeah, very few lawyers argue cases in court. Most of the cases are solved before they reach court. Don't jump in just because your friend told good things about certain career, because that path may not fit you, and your friend may be wrong. And I do not recommend to follow any new fad just because others follow it, like new professions. Not everyone can be a law student, not everyone can work as an attorney, not everyone can enjoy to be an attorney. At the same time, not everyone can be a programmer, coder, or scientist. We're different. Like coding is very popular now, and people jump into those boot camps. Not everyone can code good. I mean, to be paid well. Basics, I think everyone can learn basics of coding, but to become a programmer, real coder, it takes years and years. Not everyone likes it. Now, how to decide between grad school and law school? There are many various career tests which can be useful. A long time ago, I did few reputable tests. I think one of them was Myers and Briggs tests. Again, it's listed on my in my article on my blog. And surprisingly, that test is good, and it described my aptitudes, like job aptitudes and professional aptitudes, quite accurately. All right? Among the top results, here's an example. Among the top results, I even saw something I desired, but I never wanted to admit. One of my natural abilities, for example, was teaching and explaining. This is what I do for this blog, and I like to do it. All right? I like to do it because when I try to explain something, I analyze things for myself, and it just, works naturally for me. I also tutored quite a bit. I trained other employees at work. So teaching is one of my hidden abilities which I never developed. Another skill was music. Let's put it this way: I'm not professional, I'm not a musician, but I understand music. I understand emotions behind music. I played music at home since I was 14 years old, mostly guitar. I composed a little bit of music. I composed songs. Some of them were good and still are. No one heard them except for my family and my friends. Some of them were just total rubbish. But I never was asked directly this question about music on that test that I took. But somehow it got into my top 10 or top 15 interests, aptitudes. How did they know? I don't know how they knew, but obviously the test is good because it revealed my hidden ability. So I suggest you include such tools in your law school or grad school choice evaluation or any other evaluation, because those can make a difference. They can tell you good things about yourself which you maybe don't know or don't want to admit. Now, should you go to law school? Let's talk about law school, grad school more specifically. So think about, why do you want to become a lawyer? Have you worked as a lawyer? Well, obviously you didn't, but have you worked in the law office? Do you know someone who is a lawyer who can tell you what it's really about? Did you watch lawyer work as an office and what they really do? What the problems they solve for clients all day long? Do you know what attorneys really do at work? Not on television, but in real life. What if you don't like it? What you may like? Think about it. Law expectations versus reality are quite different. Law is not an easy job. and it's not so glamorous as they show on TV. It's daily, grueling, intense, and quite stressful sometimes work, depending on what you do. Some lawyers are perfectly happy and rich, some lawyers are not, they live profession, and there is a lot of competition. For a new law school student, law school studies are more difficult than those in many graduate schools. They're quite intense, and unless we're talking about STEM degrees and a few others like medical schools, those are more difficult than law school. Plus, law school kind of brainwashes you. I cannot explain it, but it changes your brain essentially. There will be period of life before law school and after law school, and there will be two different you. There will be you before law school, and there will be you after law school. And frankly, after law school, it's just different. You look at things differently. So also think about, if you want to go to law school, what is your goal after that? Do you want to do litigation, or immigration, or tax law? Although you don't specialize in law school, but you got to think about it. Usually you get a job what you can, right? The job that you can after law school. You don't really you can't really choose unless you go to top law school, right? And employers are really looking for you. Like if you went to Harvard or Yale, all doors are open for you in law. They're gonna work you to death, 2,000 billable hours per year. You're gonna make a lot of money. After 5 years, you'll escape and say, "Oh, thank God." Now, why do you want to obtain a law degree, Juris Doctor? Why do you want to be a law school newbie? Do you know anything about the reality of law practice? Why do you want to become a lawyer? What's your motivation? Revenge for past insults, mistakes or failures is not the right motivation. Strive to power, go into politics? Could be, but you go into politics even without law school. Money, like I told you about money. Average take-home lawyer's pay is like $40 an hour in the United States. Not all lawyers make good money. So think about this. And also, excuse me, if you fail bar exam, they will tell you that, there is so much you can do with law degree. It's not true. If you have a law degree on your resume, no one's gonna hire for entry-level position. Trust me, it closes many doors. If you, God forbid, fail bar exam, it's a disaster. There used to be time 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when JDs, just Juris Doctor, right, law school graduates, were hired by companies in different positions. It's not anymore, right? It's very hard to get a job in law as an attorney, new attorney. Until you get a lot of experience, then you can choose your own clients and your own law firm and stuff. It takes about 7, 8, 10 years. But just with law degree, it's not good. Now, is law school harder, more difficult than graduate school? It depends. I already talked about it. You should ask yourself, do you enjoy writing? Do you hate making mistakes in your writing? Do you hate getting yelled at when you make mistakes? Do you want to dig yourself in legal mumbo-jumbo, read and decipher tons of boring laws and regulations on daily basis? Do you want to constantly fight with other attorneys on behalf of your clients and being hated profession because people are afraid of lawyers? If so, then probably law is good for you. You can do well there. If you have thick skin, you can do well in law. Also, lawyers have constant deadlines coming up. They're dealing with people's mistakes, which people already made, with people's problems, omissions, lies. You'll have to face and fix problems all the time. You'll have to do a lot of legal research, but you will kind of feel superior to non-lawyers in some way, and maybe even able to solve some of your problems better, because you have been a lawyer for over, say, 5-6 years now. You know law, you know how general law works. You may be able to solve your own problems better, and in society you will feel more like fish in the water. If you can handle all that, you can be a lawyer. And being attorney is also a prestige thing, despite the fact that many lawyers are not doing so well is still prestigious, because people understand you went to law school, you passed bar exam, and people still have this aura of prestige about legal profession. But the cost benefit analysis, if we talk about economics of law school and student debt, is not really good. So basically, you must desire become a lawyer and enjoy being a fighter every day. Then you can go into legal career. Good, strong nervous system is a must. Because neuro-wrecks in law profession may get hooked up on drug abuse and lose their license. Fear of losing license is a source of stress for many lawyers, especially things like